Good evening! It is Monday, it's January 27th, and the day has finally arrived. For the last few days, I've been talking to you about showing you the video from what was August 30th, the actual opening day of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Jessica, the boys, my friends Mark and Angela and I were there the morning at Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World for the first public open day of Galaxy's Edge, which is the Star Wars subpark in Hollywood Studios. Now, there's a quick story before I show you that day. There was a rumor that they were going to open the park incredibly early, that they were going to allow people in really, really early. Now, we noticed the day before, as we were walking around the Magic Kingdom, that the crowds were really light. So we actually got to thinking, well, maybe it won't be too bad. So we'll set our alarms for 3 o'clock in the morning. We'll see what's going on when we wake up. Well, I set my alarm for 3, got a text almost immediately from Mark. He was on Twitter. It was already trending that there were thousands of cars in line. And so we took off as fast as we could and drove to Hollywood Studios. And so we arrived at Hollywood Studios at just about 3:45. And then what you're about to see next is what happened. So I'm going to watch with you because, unfortunately, as I shot the video, there were a lot of moments in which I did not have any speak over stuff. It's just like shots. There's not really any audio. So I'm actually going to commentate this one a little bit. So we're going to watch it together, starting right about now. So as you can see right here, this is the line of cars going into Hollywood Studios. We actually are just past the ticket counters. This was the security line. Again, this is at 3:45. You're seeing this right here. We are through security, getting ready to line up to go into the gates. We just got to pick a line here.
Among our first guests traveling to Black Spire Outpost for the enjoyment and safety of our guests, and so that as many guests as possible can experience Batuu, our cast will begin to guide you further into the park for your adventure in a galaxy far, far away. Thank you, and enjoy your time here at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
So then we're walking, and they started moving us on, and the crowd was really orderly right up until we made the left, and then the crowds got kind of insane. And then, by the time we got over here, now we're walking into Galaxy's Edge. By the time we got over there, we had actually lost some footing. We had 2 little kids in tow, so we were kind of struggling to keep up. But you can see the excitement, everybody. I mean, the energy was palpable. It was crazy. So the unfortunate thing is, once we got through this section right here, it was too dark. My GoPro really didn't pick up really any of the actual stuff that we were seeing. It's unfortunate. It was beautiful at night. So in this case, it was technically morning, but it was gorgeous. The lighting is very cool. It wasn't good with the GoPro, unfortunately. So there's Kylo Ren's ship. At this point, we were already in line for Smuggler's Run. There's Olga's Cantina, which you may have seen in my video from last month when I was down there with my brother. There's the Millennium Falcon. The whole crowd of people standing right here. This is a looping line for Smuggler's Run, which is the Millennium Falcon ride. And so we're just kind of meandering through the queue, which was, I mean, thousands of people.
This is Onaka Transport Solutions. Today, I am offering the opportunity of a lifetime. I need flight crews to transport this valuable merchandise across the galaxy. Pilots to navigate, engineers to operate the ship, and gunners to defend the shipments. And that is where you come in. Oh, the Millennium Falcon. Oh no, for some very fast and very profitable expeditions. Chewbacca, my fine furry friend! Yes, as Harry, you let us use the ship, we'll get you the supplies you need. It's a win-win.
So after you do that initial opening video, you come into here, and that's the actual deck of the Millennium Falcon.
You can shoot a blaster, you can shoot a cannon. But engineers, they're doing, you're going to keep us in one piece.
We'll yell at them.
No problem. Push a flashing button, flashing button. Somebody push a flashing button over there.
Right this way, my friends. Come closer, come closer. A brand new flight crew. Good luck to you all.
Name seated and supervise young ladies. Por favor, permanezcan sentados y cuidados.
Oh, this is awesome.
I want to push the flashing green. Push the flashing button. Awesome. Good luck, guys. Now remember, left is left and right is right, and up is down and down is up, okay?
Yeah. Now, time is money.
We're working on it, Hunter.
Make the jump to light speed. Here's the best part.
There you go. Do it. Pull it. Pull it. Yeah, buddy. All right, that was cool. There we go.
Yes, yes, keep shooting. Watch out. Oh, that's going to leave a mark.
What did you think? Awesome. Michael?
Yeah.
So this is Ronto Roasters. We actually ate there. We had to take a moment. By the time we got around to that and walking around, as you can see, it's full daylight now, and we were already starving at that point. This was the line right here for the Droid Depot, which is up here on the left.
Hello, citizens.
And elemental nature.
This was one of the high points for us. We, on opening day, got the chance to go in, the four of us, and build lightsabers. So this is Savi's workshop right here. The decor is amazing.
We humbly call ourselves the Gatherers because we search the galaxy for ancient relics, forgotten places, abandoned outposts, battle-ravaged planets. And when we find, we bring here. And that is why we're here, to look ahead. And to build this, a lightsaber. The lightsaber has been wielded by some of our greatest heroes and darkest enemies. It is elegant and enigmatic. To build a saber is an art. The saber is a reflection of the builder, with the force flowing between them. And today, you get to feel that connection. Enough of my talking. Let's begin. And once you've selected your crystal, please place it in the crystal holder in front of you. Thank you. Building a lightsaber is a personal journey. And just as you selected your kyber crystal, you will select each component to create a lightsaber that is uniquely yours.
So now we're going to move on to our activation.
There we go.
Next, emitter and then a fumble.
Now what the gatherers are doing is stabilizing the crystal for activation.
Many parts lower now. Join they are. Yes. Lightsaber. It begins. It is time. Your journey.
Master Builder. Indeed, it is time to take that first step. We've reached the final stage. The bond between Saber and Builder is about to be forged. In a moment, I'll ask you all to step forward, place your hands on your hilt, and on my signal, you will activate at the same time. Is everyone ready? Are you ready? Yes. Step forward, hands on your hilt, and activate. Builders, raise your lightsabers. You have built a lightsaber that the Jedi have simply made for you. And just like them, you too may change the galaxy. Remember, always gets that spark. Please, deactivate your sabers.
Complete your lightsaber is. Like you when it can, but lead you it cannot. Your journey, you both begin. May the Force be with you.
Choose your fate. Join us or meet the side that is already lost.
Move aside, civilians.
These are the Cokes, Coke Sprite, Diet Coke. So I figured I'd check in real quick. We finished up in Galaxy's Edge. We got all the things we wanted to get done, and grabbed our merchandise we wanted, and I'm heading over to Epcot now. I'm going to pick up my pass holder magnet. It's the first day of Food and Wine. So I just took the boat over to Swan and Dolphin. I'm gonna walk into Epcot and then grab my magnet. Once I have my magnet, then I'm gonna go off the front gate of Epcot. I'm gonna grab a bus over to the Animal Kingdom because Jessica wants a espresso cup that she did not get yesterday.
An error has occurred. I'm unable.
My watch just freaked out. I am kind of bummed I didn't get a chance to actually enjoy the first day of this, but I was on a mission. All right, that's a score. Got my pass holder magnet. In and out of Epcot as quick as I can. It took forever to get that bus, and then finally got over here. I was gone for hours, but I ran into Divine. I always like seeing Divine at Animal Kingdom. So back at Hollywood Studios again. We get rushed through here to get yelled at by security.
Oh, we gotta go, we gotta go.
And then the obligatory Michael dancing video that we got every day in the parks. Here we go. The launch of that is so awesome. So this is Slinky Dog, and I'm going to close out this video here from Hollywood Studios this day with the complete ride-through from Slinky Dog. It's a little shaky, but it was my first effort at capturing the whole thing. I thought the GoPro would balance out a little bit better, but it is, you know, for being a metal track coaster, it's pretty shaky. Still a cool video though. So I will leave you to it, and I will catch you on the other end. Looks so cool over there. All right, so there you go. That was our Hollywood Studios day, first opening day of Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World in Florida. As you can see, it was a great success. What I did not capture in that video was how exhausted we were. We stayed for fireworks at the Magic Kingdom the night before, and then on like 2 hours of sleep, got up and spent almost the entire day at Hollywood Studios. Jessica and the boys did go back to the room in the midday while I went on my little excursion to Epcot and Animal Kingdom. So they got a little bit of a nap. I did not. I pulled that whole rest of that day off on almost no sleep whatsoever. Couple of thoughts on Galaxy's Edge. There was a lot of interesting press when it first opened. It opened in Disneyland in California first, to a big opening and then lackluster crowds. It did the exact same thing in Florida, as a matter of fact. A big opening at first and then kind of lackluster crowds. The problem with the Florida opening primarily was that they got hit by a hurricane just a couple days afterward, and I think that slowed down a lot of people, had to cancel their trips and so on. Having been back there now 2 more times in the early part of December and then the early part of January, I will say that they have dialed so much of that in. By having the other ride, and you can go back to my videos from a couple weeks ago or back in December, by having Rise of the Resistance, which is the e-ticket attraction there, open, the draw to those parks is unbelievable. Fresh Baked, as well as Adam the Woo and some other people that are Disneyland vloggers have been really covering the chaos out in Disneyland because they just opened their Rise of Resistance last week. So it's been unbelievable crowds, and it's still the same way in Florida a couple of months now almost after opening that new ride. So I would say that Galaxy's Edge, the Star Wars sub-park in Hollywood Studios, is a resounding success. If you were planning a trip, there is a lot of information out there on how to negotiate it because you do have to get there early. You cannot walk into that park late and expect to ride the Rise of the Resistance. However, Smuggler's Run, as of February 19th, which is coming up in a few short weeks, as of February 19th, will have a Fast Pass option now. So my next planned trip for this time being is in June. Very end of June, I'm going down with my oldest. And so we will hopefully be able to get a Fast Pass for Smuggler's Run. Now, I've ridden it 3 times? Yeah, 3 times now. And to be honest with you, it's not a great ride. It has room for improvement for sure. There are some cool aspects to it, but it's a little dark. As you can see from the video, it's pretty dark. I shot with my Sony camcorder in the January trip, the one I took a couple weeks ago. Much better video. So I refer you back to that if you want to check that out. So this has been another episode of the Daily Octane. I'm going to leave it here. We did have a travel day back, but there's very little on that, so I'm not even going to worry about showing that to you at this time. I'll keep that in my private collection. But I do thank you for watching. Do you have any questions about the Galaxy's Edge area of Hollywood Studios or how any of that works or even Rise of the Resistance? Please comment below. I'd love to answer your questions. Like this video if you like what you saw. And as always, please subscribe to the channel. I thank you for watching another episode of the Daily Octane. I will see you tomorrow. And I have to figure out what I'm going to talk about. Have a good night.